Have a look at this. How nice is this? What a spot. Beautiful. What an idiot. Look how close he's parked. I can't get round there. We're just right on the edge of the lake here. She's an absolute gem. It's beautiful. Have a go. Look at this. Because we got told to move along. Alrighty, we're off again. Only a quick trip this time. Noosa for
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. And then we're going to do a quick hot pool trip on the way back to Mungandai, Gadooga, Lightning Ridge, all around there. So we're just heading out. So this is very interesting, seeing that we've had the old Jayco have been in the media lately because of their warranty. So this is actually how we've got to get in and out. We have to drive 25 k's on dirt, and we also have to have a creek crossing. So this is where we've got to go. We're not actually going through our front drive because it's washed out at the moment, so we're going through our neighbours, which has actually dropped quite a lot. But as you can see, we have to go through a little creek, which is no big deal. Easy peasy, quite nice actually. And then up through the grass and onto the dirt road. So we'll get on the dirt road in a minute. Get through this gate up here and then onto the dirt road. So first stop for tonight is Cangai Bridge camping site. It's a free camp on the side of the Man River out of Glen Innes. About half an hour out of Glen Innes on the way down to Grafton. So Sarah's just about to jump back in again and we'll get on the dirt and head out. She's very windy and cold. So as you can see, we're on the dirt. And for us, it is absolutely impossible for us not to drive on the dirt because of our 25 kilometres of dirt road to get to the house. But old Jayco, in their warranty, it says that if it's graded you can drive on it, and this is a graded, gazetted road, so theoretically we can drive on this without voiding the warranty. Oh, big pothole. Oh. Even though saying it's graded, they don't do it that often, and there's plenty of potholes in it, that's for sure. So this is the one thing that is annoying to me. Maybe, I don't know about other people, but like this lane has been blocked off for so far, like a couple of k's before we actually get to where they're doing a little bit of road work. So we've got the boys in the pit there, and we've got a digger up here. We've got the traffic control man, the traffic lights, and the old escort behind us as well, just to make sure. Oh yeah, they're doing a bit of digging there, and of course they always do the road works. They always do the road works in the overtaking lane. We're just outside Glen Innes, like literally 5 minutes out of Glen Innes, and this is Australian standing stones. There's 38 stones here. I don't know how it's going to go with the wind here, but there's 38 stones representing different things. 24 of them are for the 24 hours in the day, and then there's 7 for 7 days in the week, and different celestial times of the year, but it's basically just to celebrate the history of Celtic history coming to Australia. And they're pretty cool, big granite stones. Obviously they've been farmed from around the area here because there's heaps of granite up around here. And all the granite, which I've explained before, the granite has been left by glacial lakes, glacial rivers or whatever going through. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't know how it's going to go with the wind, but it is absolutely freezing. So this little spot here is what is called Cangai or Cangai Bridge camping ground. It's on the Cangai Bridge Road, just out of Glen Innes, about an hour east of Glen Innes. And it's quite deceptive because you think you're driving into someone's private property because there's a gate and a letterbox at the front. But no, it is Cangai Bridge Road. It goes out to Cangai out that way. And mate, I'll tell you, like you come across the river, which is behind me. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. And she's a really big camping area. The van there behind us. Let's have a look. There's heaps of spots. Heaps of spots you can camp. There's some moo cows up there. And it's a beautiful day. We've got a nice little camping spot here. We're really close to the edge of the river. You can hear the river. Nice little spot there. We used our camp pit last night. Used the old camp pit instead of the fire pit, but the river's there. We'll go and have a quick look down there at the river. It's flowing pretty quick, so that's the Man River. So we're on the old wooden bridge here. She's a gem. This is absolutely awesome. I'll turn around. We can have a look this way. Have a look at this. How nice is this? What a spot. Beautiful. Look at it. Man, I bet she floods here too. Good sized river. What a ripper. This is really nice. Really nice. Oh no, there's a car coming. I've got to get off the bridge and get run over.
The next day.
Well, we're just sitting here having a cup of coffee. Well, I'm not. Zara is. Zara's got the coffee. I'm going to have a coffee in a mini. Already had one. Have another one. So we are at Maroon Lake, or Maroon Dam, whatever you want to call it, which is, I think, about an hour and a half out of Brisbane. It's just out of a little town called Rathbone. So, oh, here comes a bike. Heaps of bikes going through. Oh, they're all the touring adventure bikes. Must be a good little ride from Brizzy, I guess. We're at Maroon Lake Campground. There's another camp that goes right down onto the lake over there called Pointro but unfortunately we couldn't get in, all locked up. Tried ringing and making a booking, but no one returned the call. Anyway, you still get a good lake view here. So this campground, bit of a stitch up. It's $31 per person per night. So that's $62 for the two of us. And it's a nice spot. They got a little fire pit, nice green area, and they got some loos over there. Showers are way back over. You've got to drive to the showers. They're unpowered sites, and there's nowhere for you to put your grey water. And we have got a pretty flat site here. We'll have a look. So this is a pretty flat site that we've got. But all the rest of them, they're all on the side of a hill. Those ones down the bottom aren't too bad. But these here, I don't even think that my chocks would chock it up far enough to get it flat. But obviously people come in here. Oh, down that other one there, you could get it flat. You could find some spots, but anyway. Not a bad little spot. There's the lake down there, down the distance. I'm not going to go down there, couldn't be bothered. But apparently the bass are biting at the moment. Bass fishing is on. Here comes another bite. Another adventure bike. Oh, and another one. Yeah, it must be a good little day trip. But all these guys here, the adventure bike guys, they'll be all on bitumen. Anyway, it's their own. So we just pulled up, just on the edge here on our way to Noosa. Just pulled up to get a cup of coffee. Here we are, parked there behind us. And this thing unfortunately does my head in. And so many people do it. I don't know whether they're just idiots or they don't think. But look how close this guy's parked behind me. I've got to reverse back now. Luckily there's no one behind me. But I just now, every time I stop, I either leave room behind or in front because people do stupid things like this. Like, really? What an idiot. Look how close he's parked. I can't get round there. Even if I didn't have a caravan on, I still couldn't get round there. Anyway, that's my rant. So people, make sure you leave a bit of room for us poor old punters with caravans. Oh, now someone's parked behind me. I've got to go and get them to move, otherwise I can't get out. So we've just pulled up for a nice homemade pie and a nice coffee at a place called Goomerai, something like that, about an hour out of Noosa, maybe half an hour from Gympie I suppose, and she's a bit of a ghost town, unfortunately. Got a nice bric-a-brac shop just here, which is shut, and being the sheep that we are, we pulled in because there's quite a few vans pulled up on the side of the road. So we thought we'd pull up in this nice little town for a nice coffee and a homemade pie. No chance. Anyway, see how we go. Well, it was actually that we were just at the wrong end of town because now we've found the bakery with the fresh pie. I'm going to have the lamb, rosemary and red onion pie. Sounds good. So this is the happening little part of town here. There's another little coffee shop there and a little gift store and the bakery. Quite a few people stopped here. Very good. So this is Goomerai, I guess you call it, or Goomerai, one or the other. So the old lamb, rosemary and red onion pie, have a go. Nice big chunky steak, it is really yummy. Nice big chunky steak, you know, not steak, it's lamb. But I'm opting for a fork because it's going to make a mess. But she is a gem, beautiful. So I just pulled up after a nice little drive for the day. 3.5 hours from Noosa, which turned into about 5.5. Anyway, we're at a place called Lake Broadwater, which is about 20k turn off from Dalby, and then another 10k's in, and just there's a little campground there, but we've managed to jag a little spot here, and she is an absolute ripper of a camping spot. We're just right on the edge of the lake here. She's an absolute gem. It's beautiful. Have a go. Look at this. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look, shall we? See what she's like. Don't know if you could swim. You could probably swim. But oh man, she's a ripper. What a nice spot. Oh, there's a hut over there. I think the actual campground proper's over there. But looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Man, oh man, unreal. I wonder how many gazillion mozzies would be out here in summertime, eh? Probably gazillion midgies and mosquitoes. Now look at that, there's not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful. Oh, good morning. She is a very chilly morning here at Old Lake Broadwater. She was minus 2.5, freezing. It's a nice sunrise though. Tried to get the sunrise, but the old battery went flat in the GoPro because it was too cold. Oh, there's a guy in a swag over there, that'd be freezing. Anyway, we're in a different spot than where we were when we pulled up because we got told to move along. It was actually just outside of the campground, and this is a national park, which we sort of knew but didn't really take much notice of. And something that I didn't really know, I'm not sure if I knew or not, to tell you the truth, is that you can't camp in anywhere other than a designated camping area in Queensland national parks. So I'm not sure if that's the same in New South Wales, but if anyone knows, let me know. I'll have to have a look and see. I'll have to ask Dr. Google. So yeah, we got moved along. We had to move to this little spot here, which unfortunately is near the garbage bins, but they're alright because they've just been emptied. They don't really smell too much. And we thought it might not be a bad spot because we're reasonably close to the amenities block, the loos over there. Got the loos over there, but unfortunately we woke up this morning and she's a bit pongy. Just a little bit of a breeze across or something, and it didn't smell the best. So always a good idea, I think. Don't park near bins and don't park near the toilet block, just in case they stink. Anyway, we're going to head out of here and we're going to Boomai to go and hit an artesian spa bath, which is going to be perfect because it's freezing. Can't wait. Best time to do them in the middle of winter. Hopefully it's not packed, everyone else has got the same idea. Anyway, bit of cloud cover coming over. So we'll head out there and get on the road pretty soon. Oh yeah, and guess what? It's closed. Of course it's closed. Alrighty, Mungandai hot pool, which is in the Mungandai swimming pool. It's got the hot pool at the back of it. So we're gonna head in for a quick dip. Oh, no we're not, because it's shut too. Everything's bloody shut. Oh, look at this. Oh, another artesian bath. Look at that. Beautiful.